Hi everyone, it's Libby from Maighstir Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, that's W-O-R-I-M-I, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. New computer, wrinkles, warts and all, and let me know if you hear my guides. I'm interested to see whether they can work out the technology of this new little snappy laptop. Okay, what I want to have a look at in this particular reading, I've literally written it down, Oracle, visit the US by the time I'm 60. I'm using Oracle cards. I'm using the Nature's Whispers. I'm going to use the Starseed Oracle, and I'm very probably going to use Work Your Light Oracle as well. These two are by Rebecca Campbell, and this is Angela Hartfield, etc. So I'm going to use these three decks. The reason being is ploughing my way through the fourth turning is here. Wondering how long before things, because to be honest, we are only 6 months in, how long things are going to be in this crazy state for. So I want to have a look. I'm 57, turned 57 a few months ago. 60 is less than 3 years away. Now, I say this because we are in crisis stage at the moment of these four turnings. And if you're interested, Google the fourth turning and read up some information online or watch some little videos about it. It's really quite fascinating how they can trace these 4 different stages that society goes through from a new beginning to the next crisis stage, usually about 80, 90 years in length. So the last one was World War II. Prior to that was the Civil War. Prior to that was, I'm talking about the US here, prior to that was the War of Independence. Prior to that were the wars in going on in Europe. It's just they can trace back these particular cycles, and they go through pretty much the same but different. So the same basic format, but very different in how they actually go through. Now, so this fourth turning, this crisis, it's called the Millennium Crisis because the millenniums are those that are of the generation that will be the heroes going forward, the new leaders going forward. Me, personally, I'm a nomad, a Generation X, and the Generation Z, of which my daughter is one, are going to be the artist generation, which is equivalent to the silent generation that were born just before, during, and during World War II. So that was a little verbal, but what I want to have a look at, we're in the millennial crisis at the moment. We are in full cornered rat mode. We are further through than going back. The guesstimatation, I mean, it won't be until we're through until the sociologists and psychologists, all them people that analyse this sort of stuff, it won't be until we're through it that they can actually pinpoint when it starts. But the belief is that it started around 2008, usually go for about 20 years. So we're looking at 2028 before the rebuilding starts. However, the process of the collapse and the mopping up is not, in the book they're saying 2032, 33. I don't think it's going to be that long. I say from 2008 to now is, we are way further through. If I do my maths right, is about 17 years. So we've got about another 3 years to go, but that doesn't mean 3 years of what's now. This is 3 years of collapse of what is now. The, oh my goodness, trying to something being put into place, and it's usually the nomad generation, so therefore the Gen X's will be the stabling force for that short period. before the millennials, the hero generations, then step up. Oh, that was Spot sneezing. If you heard that, wasn't my guides, that was the dog sneezing. So the actual interim stage is pretty much, we've got the collapse and then we've got the stabilizing, and then we start into the next cycle. So I want to have a look. Sedona doesn't draw me, but boy, oh boy, Shasta. I even look at real estate to buy in Mount Shasta, trying to convince Danny Shea to buy me a house up there. But I want to have a look at, will I visit the United States by the time I am 60? So as I said, 3 years time. There's no way I'm going near it now. If tourists are being arrested, fined heavily, chucked in jail for 3 days for simply having a meme photograph of JD Vance on their phone. Oh boy, I would find myself in Guantanamo Bay probably. But I want to have a look to see if we can get some timing on this. Will I? Because I want to go to Canada, absolutely Canada as well, start in Nova Scotia and drive my way across over several months, doing little trips here and there. But the US, will I visit the US by the time I'm 60 using the Nature's Whispers Oracle cards, and then we'll have a bit of a further look using the Starseed and the Work Your Light Oracle. Right, will I seek beauty? I think that might be a yes card. And to be honest, if I'm going to seek beauty, could there be anywhere better than Mount Shasta? Seek beauty. That just flung itself out. Let's have that one as well. And a renewal of peace. So this is very much about higher vibration energy as well. We need to stay in that high vibration. Hold the line, keep the hope. As Cash Peters said in a video recently, the only way to achieve peace is through peace. The only way to step through into love is via love. So this is very much that sort of energy. He was talking about the micro versus the macro. So the micro at the moment is very much been caught up in this, the changes in birth laws, the attacks in Iran, a lot of what I read on. I'm really looking forward to getting more into this sort of type of reading, these positive readings, these spiritual readings. But he's talking about, that's all the micro stuff that's happening. The macro, the overlying powerful energy is that we are vibrationally lifting, which means we need to stay in that energy, even though occasionally we go, oh, and drop back down again. We have to lift ourselves back up again, because the overarching movement of humanity is positive. Looking at what's going on worldwide, China by 2035 is intending for, I think it's 2035, I was reading this morning, 56% of its energy to come from renewable sources. Now, I know some people go, oh, they're building coal-fired power stations, but few, because the demand for energy in China is increasing, outstripping how quickly they can do the renewable, but they are, as a percentage pro rata of their population, are building renewable energy sources at a greater rate than any other country on the earth at the moment. But what it also means is that other countries that are reliant on fossil fuels still will, or haven't reached that reliant on fossil fuel stage, will actually bypass the fossil fuel stage. So, and I believe something like 50% of shipping around the world is moving fossil fuels. So, from one country to another, from one place to another. So, The future, and I'm just using that as an example, but the future is actually really bright. So this is very much seek beauty in all that you observe. It's winter here at the moment. I have a warm house. I was washing this morning, put it through the dryer. Ooh, even though I prefer to hang it on the line, we are looking at some awful weather this week, and it's going to be all week. So did a couple of loads in the washing machine, popped them in the dryer. The house is warm, the house is dry, it's draft proof. I have food on my table. I have a garden that I can tend. But even if you don't have those things, seek beauty in all that is around you. Step into nature, uh, look at the clouds, whatever it is, the laughter of a baby, whatever it is, seek beauty, because we are in this stage of a renewal of peace. Absolutely. And peace begets peace. We need to have a leap of faith. Know that this is the direction we're heading in. The reason why the energies feel so traumatic at the moment is because that era is in their final gasping stages, and they know it, which makes them even more desperate. But they are in their final gasping stages. Have a leap of faith that we are stepping into this new energy, and that we need to decide what sort of future we want the future to be. Maintain your childlike spirit, your excitement, your joy. Do what brings you pleasure, absolutely, because we are new expectations and possibilities. What is it that you are going to plant in this garden of the future? Whether you're here to see it bloom or not, because to be honest, I plant a tree and what am I, 57, nearly 60. If it takes 40 years to reach maturity, I don't know that I'm going to make it to 107. 107? 107. Yeah, 107. 97. 97. Sorry, my maths was never a strong subject. I mean, we don't plant trees and forests, and we don't demand clean water and clean air necessarily for ourselves. We are planting the seeds for the future, because this is all about big picture. This is the macro, not the micro. So I love those cards. Seek beauty, because we are going to enter the stage of a renewal of peace. Have faith, take a leap of faith and play. Play, find your joy, because we are planting the seeds for this new era, and we need to stay in the big picture of what is it that we are stepping up towards in our future. So my question is, am I going to be visiting? I think those are pretty much yes cards, but let's have a look. I'm using the Starseed Oracle. Just throw a few in regards to this. What do we need to know in regards to, will I be visiting the US by the time I am 60? Will I be visiting the United States by the time I am 60? What do we need to know? They were really positive cards. Will I visit? Okay, you want to stop there? Okay, come on down. Let's have a look. Activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Well, if that's not Mount Shasta, I have no idea what is. The activated earth, the power places, the ley lines, and trust where you are led. Water your garden, self-care, nourishment, body care, tenderness and rest. This is very much about taking self-care, but this may also be Mount Shasta, where I will nourish and I will care and I will rest. Star bathing. If this may also be this one here, Uluru, which is a huge ley line in the middle of Australia, where it used to be called Ayers Rock, but its traditional name and has been restored to its traditional name, Uluru. The monolithic rock, the biggest single rock in the world. Star bathing, but this may also be in Shasta, star bathing, where I am earthed, learning how to be human in this world with the cosmic beating heart. All starts with baby steps, one step at a time. Action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. Again, this is very much like that leap of faith card. I'm going to say they're all yes cards too as we enter this new earth stage. It is happening. Hold on to the vision. The earth is pulsing. The pulse of the Mother Earth. Slow down. Tune into nature and spend time in nature, because there is this deep cellular healing that will take place. Physical and emotional healing. I'm going to say yes with those cards too. Definitely going to say yes. So now I'm going to grab the Work Your Light Oracle and just see what they have to say. Will I be visiting the United States? I mean, there are negative cards in both of those decks and we didn't get them. This is positive. Will I be visiting the United States by the time I am 60? Will I be visiting the United States by the time I am 60? Will I be visiting the United States by the time I am 60? Right, boundaries. Where do I need to establish better boundaries? And I suspect that's by observing, not immersing. Trust the niggle, which is telling me yes. What is the niggle trying to tell you? And we've got the double mission. Channeling and uplifting humanity. So this is possibly me in the here and now. Trust my niggle, got to listen to my guides a bit better. Priestess, how am I being called to step up and lead? I need to answer the call. How am I being called? Damn well pick up the phone. So boundaries, where do I need to establish better boundaries? Trust my guides, because this is a mission to channel and uplift humanity. Being called to step up and lead, answer the damn call. The soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Because we are birthing a new age. Oh, that's my daughter coughing if you heard that down the hallway. We are birthing a new age. We are dreaming a new world into being. Yes. It says just say yes, but I'm just going to take that as yes. Yes, I will be. Yes, I will be. because we are going through this process now. I am going through this process now. We are going through this process now, where I can join with my soul family, my soul tribe of the likes of Danny and Denise and Linda and Kevin and whomever else, Susan Lynn, whoever else is over there holding the line. Yes, because we are together. You and I and everybody who is in this high vibration energy is birthing this new age. Yep. So by the time, what are we, 2025? By the time of 2028, I will see you in the US. I will be in the US. Just going to use my yes, no cards just for one final clarification, as if 3 times was not enough. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, gosh, am I tempting the fates? No, it said, no, I'm not tempting the fates. So keep shuffling. No, I am not tempting the fates. Will I? Again, it said, no, I'm not tempting the fates. Will I visit the United States by the time I am 60? Blank card. And a yes. So it's in play because I have made plans, but I suspect it's going to be a yes. So I like that. Okay. There is a process to go through though. So please, self-care, number 1, vital. Self-care, hold the love, the light, the peace. I mean, goodness me, the peaceful rallies of the other week were just phenomenal. What was it? Nearly 12 million people. And I think out of that, there were only a handful that were arrested, and they were MAGAs. So just peace comes from peace, love comes from love. Stay in that higher vibration, and I shall catch you tomorrow. Love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.